What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny. Before I get started, first of all, I just want to apologize in advance if my voice sounds crazy because I'm getting hit with allergies. Stuff is starting to bloom here in Georgia already. Georgia weather sucks. That's all I want to say. But I'm here to do my review. I'm a little bit late, but I'm here to do my review of the NBC Elvis All Star Tribute Special they did, commemorating Elvis and really also just his music in general. So I'm gonna review that, and also to go with it, I'm gonna review the If I Can Dream, the new duet they had with Elvis and all, and about five other artists. So I'm gonna review that and stick around to the end because I also want to announce a couple of things that are coming up on my channel. A couple announcements I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be collaborating with someone else. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So I'm really excited about that. So stick around for the end of that. I just want to give my review of this because I've been hearing a lot of, I feel like more negative than anything, especially with that If I Can Dream duet. So I really want to give my take and maybe my opinion on it and see what you guys think and maybe try to open people's minds a little bit. So I'm about to get started. But before I review this, I just want to say I am on board with everybody that we should have got the original special on December 3rd of last year on TV. I think it would have been great to see it on TV. Probably didn't do it because we got it in theaters, last year during Elvis's death. But I think it would have been great for people who weren't fortunate to see that in theaters to see it on TV. I think it would have been great. It would have been a good little prelude to this special, I think, that we saw about a week ago. So, all right. So, yes, it was NBC. They did an all-star tribute special for Elvis for the 68 special, and really just his music, because there was songs in there that weren't even part of the original special. In between, they did a little interviews with Priscilla talking and Steve Bender talking, and little clips of the original special. And Lisa Marie was on there. Elvis' granddaughter, I think her name is Riley, she was on there. And all these other, and it was, I think I liked about the special was that they pulled people from all different genres to do the special. Some older established artists and a few newer ones, just all across the board. I think that was great that they did do that. So yeah, it was hosted by Blake Shelton. I'm not really surprised because he's on NBC's. I think he plays on NBC The Voice. I think that plays on there. So he was like the main guy in the tribute special. He got the most performances. So I really want to go down the list real quick and talk about those performances. So I'm gonna be looking down at my phone. Excuse me. So I don't want to miss any performances. So when the show started, it was Trouble Man and the Guitar Man number. It was done by Blake Shelton. It was just okay. I like Blake Shelton's music, but he really doesn't do music anymore. Blake Shelton is really like I feel like he's more of a TV personality now. I mean, he still comes out with music, but I feel like that's not his priority anymore. But I think that's why he hosted. Like I said, he appears on another show on NBC, which I think is The Voice. So he came out and did the Trouble and Guitar Man number. The whole special, he was wearing his cheap imitation 68 comeback special jacket. I thought it was kind of funny. But it was just okay. I mean, yeah. So next was Hound Dog, done by Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes, that was okay too. I mean, it's cool to see a young guy like him doing an Elvis song. So he did Hound Dog. And I heard there was a rumor. I don't know how true the rumor was that he's supposed to be playing Elvis in basically a biopic. They're thinking about doing a biopic. I don't know how true it is though, so don't quote me on that. Next was Keith Urban, Burnin' Love. That was a really good performance. I like Keith Urban as an artist. He's a great guitar player too. I listened to his music a lot. It was always his music was in our house a lot when I was growing up, as my mother loved Keith Urban and all of us. So that was a good, solid performance. Baby, What You Want Me to Do was next. It was Keith Urban again with Post Malone this time. It was pretty good. It didn't have that natural feel like the original special did with that, but it was just okay. I'm not really a fan of Post Malone myself. I like rap music, but he just doesn't do it for me. But I didn't know he could play guitar, so I thought that was pretty cool to find out about him. So yeah. And then next was Jaws Rock, done by the legend. It's cool to see him on there, John Fogerty. That was cool, of CCR. Cool to see him do an Elvis song, be on there. Thought that was a good choice, put him on there. So good performance. And then next was Ed Sheeran. I call him. Sometimes I say Ed Sheeran, but he did "Can't Help Falling in Love." I thought it was good. He did a very pretty solid performance. He does good with ballads. He has good ballads himself, especially that one big song he has. So, all right. Always on My Mind was done by Kelsey Ballerini, another country singer. Kelsey Ballerini, my mom's a fan of her. She's a newer country singer. She's not a bad singer, but I didn't like this performance. I feel like it dragged a little bit. It wasn't that great a performance for me. Just saying. Heartbreak Hotel was done by Jennifer Lopez. Whether she was good or not, I don't care. She's just good to look at, and too bad she didn't turn around more. So, but yeah, Jennifer Lopez did Heartbreak Hotel. One Night was done by Darius Rucker. I thought this was a really good performance. I love Darius Rucker. I love his voice. He was in Hootie and the Blowfish, and now he has his own solo country career. It was very good. Very good performance. I like his raspy-ish type voice he has. It's very good. Then Blake Shelton came out again and did Suspicious Minds. It was okay. And Love Me Tender was done by Alyssa Cara. I'll be honest with you, I do not know who that is. But her version of her rendition of Love Me Tender really reminded me of the Love Me Tender version on the Viva Elvis album for some reason. But it was okay. It wasn't horrible. It was all right. And then next was Memories, done by Mac Davis, who actually co-wrote the song with some other guy. He appeared on the special, and he did a good job. I think it was a good choice for him to do Memories for a song he wrote for Elvis, and he was an artist in his own right too. And he wrote a few other hits for Elvis too. Excuse me, jeez. And then next is A Little Less Conversation, done by John Legend. I love John Legend. He's a great artist himself. I follow his music a little bit. He has good stuff. Good stuff. Are You Lonesome Tonight by Little Big Town. I like Little Big Town, but this performance was, again, it kind of dragged a little bit for me. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't horrible. So, it was okay. Then next was, who's next? I lost my spot. Oh, Blue Suede Shoes, done by Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert, he was trying too hard to be like Elvis. He was doing the lip thing. He's not a bad singer, but he could have just been himself singing the song. I mean, and I said on the King's Court stream, he always reminded me of George Michael, especially of what he represents for other people. So Adam Lambert did Blue Suede Shoes. It was all right. He should just be yourself, Adam. It's okay. We're not going to judge you. All right, so Pistol Annies. I have no clue, honestly, who Pistol Annies is. Love Me. They did the song Love Me. I remember not being so keen about that performance. It was just, eh. Then next was a hits melody. They did That's Alright, Don't Be Cruel, Blue Suede Shoes. Again, with Mac Davis, Post Malone, Little Big Town, Darius Rucker, and Blake Shelton. It was actually a pretty good little medley. Pretty good stuff. But this next performance was actually probably one of my favorite performances of the whole special, if not my favorite. I thought the gospel medley was good. It was Carrie Underwood and Yolanda Adams. Carrie Underwood came down and did How Great Thou Art. Then Yolanda Adams came out. She killed it. She's one of the greatest gospel singers out right now. She's been out for a little while now, but she has a great, great, powerful voice. And I think it was smart for them to put Carrie Underwood first, because if Carrie Underwood had to follow Yolanda Adams, that's pretty bad. Because, Yolanda Adams killed it. I would feel out of place if I was Carrie Underwood. But, Carrie Underwood's a good artist in her own right. She has her own good songs. But yeah, then, like I said, Yolanda Adams did He Touched Me, and then You'll Never Walk Alone was done together with Carrie Underwood and Yolanda Adams. And then Little Sister was done by Dierks Bentley, another country singer. He's been around for a while. He did okay. And It's Now or Never was done by Josh Groban. I get why they picked him for that song, but I'm just not a fan of his, to be honest. I'm not a fan of his voice, but I guess he has that tenor type of voice for it. Just wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my favorite performance. Not really a fan of his neither. So, but anyways, so now I'm at the If I Can Dream performance. So I want to stop and talk for a second, but this applies for both the NBC special as a whole and the If I Can Dream new duet on its own too. So I want to talk real quick, and then I'm going to talk about what I thought about I guess, the production of the If I Can Dream, and what I think about why I think it's not bad that they did this. So, look, people, here I go. It's a tribute show, okay? I know we all understand it's a tribute show, but look at it, like I said, with the open mind, please. It's a tribute show. We should be very happy that they're paying homage to a guy and his music that's been gone for over 40 years. So it's not a bad thing. Do we have to like every performance? No. Or maybe some of these artists actually fans of Elvis or not? I don't know, but it's not a bad thing that they're doing his music, really. It's a tribute. It helps keeping the guy's legacy going, okay? And believe it or not, I truly believe that it can introduce a younger generation of fans. I really do. I mean, all those millions of viewers out there, I'm sure a new fan was made, whether they were younger or older or whatever. Like, for example, Shawn Mendes. I feel like a lot of young girls like Shawn Mendes, including my daughter. A person could have just watched it just for him, this special. Maybe they heard he was going to be on the special and they watched it. And in the process, they were like, I wonder what this Elvis guy's about. So, or maybe Post Malone. Maybe somebody watched it for Post Malone, like, what? He's doing an Elvis song? Maybe they watched it and they were like, hey, I wonder what this Elvis guy's about. Look like he has some soul or whatever, Or look like I can dig him. You never know. You never know. And I even feel that way about the HBO documentary of Elvis the Searcher, but I'm not going to go into that. That's something else. But, because I became a fan on my own too. For example, I became a fan. I feel like this is the last time they pulled a lot of fans in to be a fan of Elvis's music is when they released that Elvis 30 number one hits compilation. It had a great remix that got a lot of airplay and it was on a lot of things. It was number one all over the world. I feel like people who are my age at that time became fans, and they're around my age now. So, and maybe some of them it stick with them, some of them it didn't. But as long as we're getting his music out there, the legacy will keep going, And they do a lot of reworking of his music. It's always going to happen. They're trying to reinvent his legacy all the time, and it's not really a bad thing. So that's really I just want everybody to look at it that way. And now it's leading me to the If I Can Dream performance. People are giving us a lot of negative feedback about this If I Can Dream performance. They're saying it's a sacred song. They shouldn't touch it. It was one of the greatest Elvis songs, which it is. It's arguably my favorite Elvis song. But I don't think it's bad that they did it. I mean, but let me just talk about the production of it, okay? So, they broke up the pieces of the song with different artists. The artists that appeared in that If I Can Dream duet was Carrie Underwood, Shawn Mendes, Post Malone, Darius Rucker, and Blake Shelton. The only thing I wish they did was, you can tell when the sources switched of the tape or the film or whatever. Like when Carrie Underwood sang and then Elvis came in. When Elvis came in, then Carrie Underwood came in. You could tell different sources. They should have I felt like even on this, I heard this version's even on the CD. I felt like they should have used the studio version and put their voices in it and broke it up the way they did, so that it would sound smooth all the way through. You can't hear the different sources of film or tape or whatever. The only complaint really I have is them pairing Elvis and Blake Shelton. I think the only reason why they did that is because Blake Shelton was the host of the show, and I felt like he should have had his own part. I think he came in on that deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. He should have just had his own part. Blake, deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. And then Elvis should have came in. Still, I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Like he could have just closed the song out. They didn't sound good duetted together, not to me. They sounded a little bit off. And actually, in the beginning with Carrie Underwood, it sounded like she struggled coming into the song. But other than that, it was an alright performance. But like I said, people are saying they shouldn't have touched this song, because it's sacred. But you know what? And plus, it's a sacred song. The message, the melody, the lyrics, the Elvis's voice. But you know what? I feel like the song "If I Can Dream," the message in that song needs to be heard. That's why I don't think it's a bad thing that they chose this song. But it's just crazy how a song from 50 years ago can be relatable to today. I mean, think of the world 50 years ago in 1968 when If I Can Dream came out. You know, the Vietnam War was going on or was about to start or whatever. You know, MLK got assassinated that year. Robert Kennedy got assassinated that year. I mean, it was a lot of turmoil in the country and in the world. I mean, and I feel like we're still in the same boat, you know, 50 years later, and it's still a message that needs to be heard. I feel like, in a way, we are in a country that's divided, and a world divided, with all the stuff you hear on the news and all that. So I think it's a great message to be heard. So that's why I don't think it's bad. So that's just my opinion on this. I think but there's some people I know that they went into it in a negative way watching the special, and they came out and you said, you know what? That wasn't too bad. It was actually okay, or I enjoyed it a little bit. So, you know, people, the moral of my story is, with everything in life, look at everything with an open mind. You know, whether it's people's political views or religion or, you know, people who they love, whether they're straight or homosexual or whatever. Look at it with an open mind. Do you have to agree with it? No. But respect people's opinion. I'm not going to call somebody an idiot all because they didn't like this special. I'm like, you're a freaking idiot because you don't think that If I Can Dream duet was good. I didn't think it was the greatest. I just thought it was okay. You know? So that's just my opinion. I may get some thumbs down, thumbs up on this video. We'll see what happens. And I may get some nasty comments, but we'll see. But anyways, so I'm done talking about that. Hope you enjoyed that part. So I have a couple announcements coming up. Soon I'm going to be doing my latest finds. I do every month. And I'm going to do my latest Elvis finds, a separate one. But the third thing I'm really excited about. If anybody watches all my videos on here, they know I'm into Prince. And there's a channel, I mentioned it here a couple of times, called Prince's Friend. It's a very legit channel. It has a lot of followers on it. There's a guy who runs this channel. I'm just going to call him Prince's Friend. He asked me if I want to collaborate with him. And he came up with this idea. This is just for fun. It's a Prince versus Elvis video. So I'm going to be playing the Elvis side, and he's going to be doing the Prince side, defending him. But it's just for fun. So if you guys want to check it out, check it out. But please, I ask you guys, please be nice when you go on there. It's just for fun. Don't get offended. We're just doing this for fun. And I think it's going to be really cool. So I'll put a link. I'll try to put a link of his channel in this video. So look out for that. And I'll announce when it comes out. Me and him are going to record it very soon. And it's going to be, he said probably in a couple weeks it'll be up after that, after he edits it and all that. So look out for that. I'm really excited. So Prince versus Elvis. Who's going to win? We'll see. I don't know. I'm a fan of both. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm almost at 20 minutes. Hope I didn't bore you guys too much. But thank you guys for watching. And the moral of my story is, look at everything in an open mind. So I'll see you guys later. And goodbye.